Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to what will be a very special series of games broadcasted on my YouTube channel. My name is Anaris, and today we're here with the first best of 3 match series from the G1 Starcraft 2 Pro-Am tournament, currently being spearheaded by Husky in Day 9. Fortunately, the game station was able to allow me and a couple other casters to get some of these games and bring them to you. So, I guarantee we'll have some exciting matches here in the coming weeks from the tournament. Let's actually look at the players. We do have sixjaxViBE spawning as the Zerg player, up in the top right position. His Zerg opponent is going to be Destiny, currently not actually on Team Root, but still wearing the tag there. We'll get to that in just a second. So, a best of 3 Zerg versus Zerg matchup starting on Xel'Naga Caverns. Now, this tournament does have a $15,000 prize pool. I think first place takes like $4,175 or something. I forgot the exact amount. But it's a pretty good chunk of money right there. And also, I will be casting a couple games each week from the professional division, and probably a lot of the games from the amateur division as well. I hear there's some pretty fun games, and Lord knows there is no shortage. I looked at the replay page. Hundreds and hundreds of games have been played in this so far. So extremely popular tournament from for both the amateur and professional versions. Now, let's go over a little bit of player information as we see real quick. Destiny has dropped his pool here. And of course, we see that this one looks like ViBE is going to be going for that a little bit more conservative play, getting that Zergling speed kind of quick-ish. We'll wait and see what exactly he does with the gas, though. Zerg versus Zerg, very finicky matchup, so I don't want to call anything too early, but I think he'll definitely have enough gas for that. So, anyways, let's start off down here with Destiny. Real name is Steven. He's currently from the he is from the USA, not currently from. 22-year-old player, very popular StarCraft 2 streamer. From what I understand, he actually makes a living off of that, and is currently in the process, I think, of working on getting on Judge Judy because some guy was DDoSing him. It's a pretty epic tale. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go over to his YouTube channel and check that out. I'll put a link down in the video description so you can look at that. He was actually on Root StarCraft 2 team, but when Root was absorbed into Complexity, I guess Destiny really didn't have a lot of time to read the contract. He just kind of signed it so that way the whole thing would go through for everybody involved. And then later on realized, you know what, maybe this isn't the best thing for me, so now he is a freelancer. And I do want to point out, he does have a drone up here. He did scout out that pool, and there are some Zerglings coming down here. He's a little worried about having the pool just a little bit later, so he did drop that spine crawler there, and also a roach warren. He could be thinking of some kind of early attack. He does have this drone still here in the base, and there is a baneling nest going down. Zerglings are on the way, so we'll let them get down here as you see Destiny is forced to retreat up into the main base. Now, I do want to point out that Destiny actually did beat, this is not the first matchup between these two players, he did beat ViBE in the FX Open King of the Hill North American #2 pretty recently. So, let's talk about ViBE for just a quick second. Real name is Dan, 24-year-old player from Sixjax Gaming, one of the newer StarCraft 2 teams. Oh, look at this, Destiny coming over here with the drone, scouts out the baneling nest, and is indeed justified with his roaches, plenty of them on the way. But look at this. ViBE has 3 banelings up here on the top. Will this Bane or will this Overlord actually spot that? Oh, so very close. He's not too worried about those Zerglings, but I don't think he knows those banelings are here yet. Yes, now he does know those are there, so he will be able to respond accordingly. He is keeping these roaches here, though, simply because he doesn't want more stuff running up here. Oh, here we go. First big engagement of the game. 3 banelings. Will they be able to get a kill? So close. 3 drones go down. That actually could have ended a lot worse for Destiny. But good control there, good catch at the last second with those drones, and good solid response with the roaches, keeping him here, making sure no other Zerglings would get up the ramp. Anyways, notable stuff for ViBE, actually. Couldn't find a whole lot of information about him. I do hear that he has incredibly high APM in comparison to a lot of other players. So we can actually look at that and see, whoa, average 332. Well, I don't think he's actually needed that. So I'm just gonna say right now, just a thought, that's probably a little bit of that spam. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sarcasm probably doesn't translate well over the internet. But anyways, ViBE could actually lose this expansion, which would be a pretty substantial loss there for him. As you see that he has kind of relied on keeping that pressure early on Destiny, keeping him down in his half of the map, and now doesn't have a lot to do anything about it. The 6 roaches are on the way. They are morphing way up here, though, and yeah, expansion's going down. Of course, 1 extra roach right here might get picked off by these roaches as they do make their exit. Actually, one very nice thing here, the broodlings are going to keep these roaches at bay just a little bit longer. As we see, a few roaches for ViBE are now on the field. They do head down towards midfield, maybe hoping to catch this off guard. While that happened down here, this expansion was taken out by ViBE. I think he actually just forced the cancellation, rather, so that was going to be going down there. As Destiny still hopes to get these roaches out, ViBE's wondering what's going on. He's sending the roaches up here. He knows, okay, definitely could not be there by now. So, Zergling spot it, hoping to catch these and keep them from returning back to the base. You see pretty close to even numbers there. So, the Zerglings are actually going to be hoping to maybe add a little bit extra damage. We'll wait and see how it goes. In the meantime, Destiny does have a few more roaches heading out midfield. He may actually try to maybe try to swing back around later on, get the hatchery again. Although I don't know, with so many roaches on the field now, it's going to be rather difficult to actually do that. A couple roaches do get picked off here. One of them, oh, he is actually trying to split them up here. Maybe try to buy a little bit of extra time. But with 3 of them hanging out down here, and the expansion getting knocked out once again by a few Zerglings this time, Destiny does have a few roaches able to defend that. So that's probably not going to end the same way that it did a few minutes ago. He does have a few hanging out over here, but there are a couple of ViBE's roaches heading over a little bit dinged up. But this is definitely something he's going to have to watch out for, as he has a few more running in here. Is he actually going to try to force his engagement? Yes, I do believe so. He's going to lose 1 roach, possibly more in the process here, as he does split up, hoping to save some of his forces. A few Zerglings here waiting, and so far, actually, both players doing a pretty good job of getting control of the map in terms of overlords and having that scouting information. A couple of Zerglings getting up here, going to hopefully get in here and take out a drone or 2. Think that is going to be the case. 1 drone, maybe. No, looks like just the Zerglings went down. Lucky drone there. But overall, in terms of economy, you can see both players are actually very close right here. You can see Destiny just kind of shooting up ever so slightly as his drone's starting to work over here, get that saturated. I think it's a very smart move that he is going to go ahead and get those spine crawlers down here. Combined with those roaches, which you can see, I think he's a little worried he might not quite have as many roaches as his opponent right now, which we can actually see 15 to 14. So sitting pretty good, but look at ViBE's drone count right now. You can see 32 to 26. As ViBE is going to be possibly taking the high yield here, which would help him catch up in economy very quickly. Of course, we see Destiny does not clear off those rocks yet, still keeping his forces down here, afraid that he's going to be attacked. And really, he has delayed that expansion, so that worked out very well for him. But, like I said before, Zerglings coming in here doing a little bit more damage, scouting him out. Pretty much that's the big thing here. ViBE wants to know what his opponent's doing. He's still running on 1 gas at the main base, still sticking with the roaches. So we'll see what, yep, Destiny is going to be going ahead into Tier 2 now, probably dropping a second geyser here at some point. Yeah, there we go. 2nd and 3rd, dropping down. This expansion looking pretty good. You see that we don't have... let's see, don't have any gas there. He did decide to go ahead and just drop that gas in the main base, so he'll be running on 2. Wonder exactly what he's going to be doing. Is he going to have plenty enough gas for infestors moving into the mid game here, which surely will be a critical component for both players? I mean, you just look and see we've had so much roach play at this point that, I mean, it's just pretty much going to be expected here. They're running all around the map. And of course, with the recent, well, not so recent anymore, but relatively recent change to the fungal growth doing extra damage to armor units, can expect to see lots of fungal growth landing over here. Now, Destiny is going to be taking out these rocks, looking pretty good. You can see ViBE is working on missile level 1, getting those roaches upgraded there, and it's sitting pretty good. So actually, it looks like he lost an overlord there. But yeah, so 93 to 98. Looking pretty good, fairly even so far. Looking at the units now, you can see 25 to 28, 33 to 44. So Destiny still ahead on those drones. And look at this, though. ViBE going to be going ahead for that high yield expansion. Is he going to be able to hold this? So that's going to be the question. And Destiny is doing the same thing. So we'll see. It looks like ViBE is actually going to be maybe trying to pop out here. But I think this, positioning will lend itself a little bit better. Oh, he's just canceling it. Not even going to try to force the engagement. Very interesting play there. 25 to 28 on the roaches currently on the field, as he is looking to just return the favor. He doesn't care about those roaches in pursuit. He is going to try to take out this hatchery. He does force the cancellation, putting them back again on equal base grounds, as now he's going to have to run around here. He realizes he's slightly outnumbered, and oh, ViBE, very smart there, splitting up the roaches. Once these get down here and catch Destiny off guard, or not off guard, but in a kind of a flank attack, it's going to slow these down here. You see he's forced to engage, trying to bust his way through. They are going to be going back and forth here as Destiny tries to make his way towards the base. There are a few roaches here that have been taken out by Destiny, but all in all, I would say this is looking pretty good here for both players, actually. I say that because now we can see down in the minimap there were plenty more roaches waiting for him, so we can expect this kind of this tug of war to go back up towards ViBE's base a little bit. No, he's going to try to engage. He does have superior positioning there, able to get a solid concave. Very, very solid indeed. Forcing the burrow. Good timing on that. We'll be able to save some of those units there. And ViBE with the Overseer hoping to catch this. Will he be able to before Destiny decides to pop up or try to reinforce? There are many more roaches on the way. I think this is going to be time for the engagement. Number 2, these roaches have joined the fray, trying to actually just go ahead and run away. Again, I don't really blame them. Not quite enough forces there to do some damage, but we see weapons 1 good for both players as infestors are on the way. Very, very nice addition, I think. The high yield going down for ViBE. That's a very, very good thing there. And overall, looking pretty good for both players still. But I want to point out 43 to 39 there. So that's actually translating in just a little bit gas there for ViBE. Going to be seeing if he's going to get infestors here sooner. They are going to be delayed just a tiny little bit. But there's the first few right there popping out. Going to be heading with the army, maybe. Yeah, okay, there we go. As he is looking to take his high yield once again. Look at the roach train going on here. Actually, a couple of them dying fairly quickly. This expansion, it's kind of, I don't want to say past the point of no return, but this is definitely something that he is going to want to hold on to. But for right now, there's not a lot he can do about it. The roach is way out of position over here. He should be able to burst this down and force the cancellation. Oh, I think he actually killed it. Yes, he did. Oh, that is certainly not a good thing. Look at how much money ViBE is on right now. He is running way high, as you can see Destiny actually just continuing to move up his defenses here. I think this is a very good idea. Guard the ramp, and yeah, so looking over here, of course, ViBE working on that pathogen glance upgrade. Just now starting to get infestors here. Probably as soon as that upgrade's done, we can expect to see some of those queued up in the line. Sticking for now with still, again, just roaches, but like I said before, the inclusion of the roaches, the inclusion of the infestors here is going to make this army definitely more potent. It's going to restrict maneuverability. It's going to do extra damage against those roaches. And so you see now ViBE is forced to go ahead and go with a little bit less desirable expansion over here. I call it less desirable in comparison to the fact that Destiny does have his high yield right here. So that is probably what ViBE is really wanting to get. But since it's not quite an option, going ahead here for a very close second place. Of course, Destiny overlords all over the place. Both players actually have very good scouting information now. You can just see what both of them are spotting right there. Of course, he catches those roaches heading midfield down towards the expansion, shifting over just a little bit, but still does not have any infestors. There we go. Now they're popping out. So looking good there as another overlord does go down for Destiny. Just being a little bit, extending himself into the natural there. And again, expansion denied. This is seriously translating into some very heavy amounts of lost money for ViBE here, as Destiny still maintains map control and forcing ViBE back here to, he's got to just hang out, try to get his infestor count up some so he can match his opponent. You're looking at the income, you can see very close to neck and neck, 44 to 45 there. Nice denial of that expansion. Infested Terran there, catching that roach. Very, very sexy play from Destiny. We'll see what ViBE is going to do here. Is he actually going to be able to stop this expansion? No, you can see it is quite complete. Fungal's going down. You see Destiny actually pushing in here. Oh, wow. But plenty of roaches actually not able to do any serious damage. But you see, even so, the inclusion of all those fungal growth on top of that army for ViBE really just gave Destiny the advantage there and is able to continue to push forward. Uh-oh, Infestor actually tailing behind there. Got to make sure he does not lose that, especially at this point when he still only has a few of them. Compared to Destiny, you can see he's got 6 of them, counting up the energy. So we'll wait and see exactly what he does with that. Looking at the bases, just kind of give you a quick overview of what they look like. There's ViBE, and you could see Destiny, of course. I like this building placement with the Spore Crawler right there, able to get just enough coverage to watch the ramp for any sort of infested Terran run-bys here. Here we go, a couple infesteds actually looking to nail some fungals. Yes, great fungal there. This is not what really Destiny wants with there, but he has so many extra infestors that he is just going to be able to blanket the whole thing. And I cannot believe that whole ball exploded at once. That was just disgusting. Ugh. And you can see that ViBE's roaches are actually outnumbering Destiny's, but Destiny definitely has the greater health for what he does have. Not quite the most favorable outcome for Destiny, but still, ViBE looking pretty good, man. He is able to he has been able to hold off long enough to get his infestors up, looking solid there. 44 to 43 on the income now. As we have gone past the 20-minute mark here, we do have ViBE moving out once again. Is he going to be able to do anything? Is he going to be able to make this work? He now has double expansions going. He has not been able to secure a solid third base this entire game so far. Come close. He's come darn close, but the fact that Destiny has had this high yield for so long really has helped him out here at this point in the game. You see, the main is now just about mined out. He has got to get something here. ViBE has got to secure some form of income, or else it is just going to be good night, Sweet Sally, good night. Wow, look how many infestors Destiny has. I just want to point that out right now. He has got 11 of them. Whew. Man, a couple of them actually look like they're going on a road trip here. Just missed by the changeling that came in there from ViBE. Don't think Destiny actually spotted that. Oh, looks like they did hear 1, 2 of them. But you see the army is just kind of hanging out here, guarding this expansion. He knows he has to guard this, hanging them over. Also making sure that nothing runs by this as well. That's why those infestors are there. Watching the minimap, you can see Destiny does have a couple infestors on, oh man, right past the Spore Crawler. ViBE should know about it, but I don't think he does. Puking out a bunch of infested Terrans. We'll be able to take out that queen and any production facility of his choice. Or a tech either way. It looks like he's actually going to go for the lair. I don't think there's anything that can be done about it right now. You see this is going down about 50%, 40%, and it looks like he might actually try to force an engagement here, taking out one infestor, so that's pretty good for him. See a nice little ball of them right there. But, yeah, don't think he was able to accomplish quite the same goals here. Now, moving forward, you have several Hydras on the way, as well as that Groove Spines upgrade. Oh, nice fungal catching those army. Look at that, all of them fungaled right there, catching them slightly out of position. It looks like he does have, for the moment, superior firepower in terms of a concave, but Destiny able to follow up with so many units, so many explosions everywhere. That is just explosive heaven, and now the Hydra is able to come in here, mop up, even with the infested Terrans. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We can see now the supply count, or not the supply count, 112 to 85 units lost. Look at this right here. ViBE has definitely lost the greater of the two. About 2k minerals right there. Nice burrow by Destiny, keeping those Hydras alive long enough to force a GG from ViBE. Very solid game number 1. Good performance from Destiny. Let's go on to game number 2 and see what happens next in the GeForce Starcraft 2 Pro-Am. There we go. Throwing 2s everywhere.